In the heart of the city, where dreams come alive, BWatts on the mic with that fire in his eyes. From the court to the field, every game, every fight, he's the voice of the struggle under stadium lights. He's seen the highs and the lows, the wins and the pain, every triumph and tear, every loss in the rain. But through it all, he stands tall, never backs down, with a heart full of love for this sports-loving town. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Every story, every glory, every promise we keep. From the love of the game to the struggles we face, he's the voice of the people in the sacred space. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. Sports talk we watch, where the passion runs deep. There's a love in the air for the game and the grind, for the players who hustle, leaving it all behind.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Everybody doing out there? Y'all doing okay? It's on a Sunday night with Sports Talk with BWatts, along with Coach Dre. Hey, we're back in this thing. Just like to say, hey, miss y'all on yesterday, family. Got a lot of things done and trying to wind this week out. Yes, I am. But I just like to say, hey, thank you to each one of you who watched my broadcast and made a comment over there on Friday night. I know I came on late, but hey, you was there rocking with me, and I appreciate it. I think that video is almost up to 17,000 views, and I appreciate that. I really do. Never had that many likes on a video, almost 1,000. And all because of you and the things that you have done for Sports Talk with BWatts. But once again, I'll just like to say, you watching Sports Talk with BWatts, and I'm your host, Bernard Watts, on this Sunday evening. Check this out. If you don't mind, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have never subscribed. And also, join the membership. Join the membership. Continue to help Sports Talk with BWatts grow in the way I want it to grow. Never done it without. All right? I appreciate each and one of you for supporting the broadcast in your way. Before I bring up Coach Dre, I got to say hello to the chat. Bishop Frank, what's going on? I love CC, my dog. What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Wayne Hood, I see you in there. I see you. Kenny Wilson, what's up? DJ H, X in the cut. Michael Low Hart, BP, what's going on? You doing all right? What's up, Rob? All right, I'm gonna bring the man of the hour up. This will only be an hour show. I got something else I got to do, so we're gonna get into it. But once again, hit that like button. Hit the like button. Getting ready to talk about Shedeur Sanders and Shilo Sanders looked good in minicamp. And when you look at the situation that they're in, two brothers started at True with Coach Prime, went to Jackson State University. Brothers together, coached by their father. Then they went to Colorado for 2 years, played together as brothers, coached by their father, Shedeur Sanders. The question is that I'm going to talk about tonight for about 20 minutes. Coach Prime, as a father, got two of the three of his sons in the NFL as a head coach and a father. Boy, mission accomplished. Shedeur Sanders got drafted. Shilo, undrafted free agent. You can't beat that. You just can't beat that. So at this time, let me bring up Coach Dre, and we'll get right into it. What's going on, FD? I see you. Patrick Williams, what's up, my dog? All right. What's going on, Coach Dre?
What's happening? What's happening
How
to
you
you?
feeling today, man? I hope you had a good day, brother.
I can't say that. It's been a long one. Been a long one. Been a
Hey, I
long
feel
trip.
you, man. I feel you. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I don't even want to talk about my yesterday. My daughter wrecked the second car that I done bought. Two. Today we had to go find her another one. But anyway, Coach Prime, Coach Dre, I just want you as a coach and as a father in your position, because you got a son that you coaching, right? So when you look at the situation that he's in, I don't know how a father should feel or how he feel getting two sons that he raised and coached to the NFL. What kind of impact that it will be on Coach Prime life? Or if you get two sons into the NFL, how would you feel? You coached them and you got them a shot at the NFL following your footsteps like they follow Coach Prime.
I mean, the biggest thing is I think every father just wants what's best for their child. Dion has always said, I don't expect you to be the best. I just want your best. But once he realized he had two sons that could really play at a high level, and that also three sons, because let's not take for granted that Bucky was a great ball player when he played. A great ball player, just very short for his size, but Bucky was a great ball player. Um, it's very difficult when you coaching your son. I can only imagine with your son being the quarterback, what that's like coming up, especially through little league and stuff like that. Before people really realize that the kid is really that. Probably in little league, it was more like, oh, you only the quarterback because your dad is the coach. You only the quarterback because your dad is the coach. But as time grew on and people started to see how good he could be, then it just became uh, what does it mean um, for you to just keep coaching your son? Again, the one thing that I respect about him is that he was only the head coach for the Truth Youth League, and then he had a charter school for a couple of years, but then he went to Trinity, and when he got to Trinity, he made Coach Hart the head coach because he had other obligations he had to do, and he was the offensive coordinator. A defensive minded guy, that maybe the greatest player to ever play defense, became the offensive coordinator. And so um, you take that journey through high school, you realize this guy's for real. And again, if you take the name off the back of the jersey, this guy could have went anywhere. This guy could have went anywhere and played. We talk about Alabama. We talk about he got offers from Georgia. And then we only talk about Shilo, but Shilo didn't play for Dion the whole time. Even in high school, I think one year he didn't play for Dion. He played for somebody else. Then he came and played for Dion. And then in college, his first year of college, he played for South Carolina. And then he ended up coming to Jackson because, again, my dad is the head coach. I'm a good football player. Who doesn't want to play for their father when they love their father? And their father been in their life, that molded them. Like I say, we're not gonna sit here and act like everything was peaches and cream, but what family dynamic is. But it's a proud moment. You can only think that he is very proud, that he's very just very proud of what these young men have accomplished. And now you see him letting them spread their wings, become men, do things on your own. He just standing back. But again, he made sure he let like sometimes they say take the training wheels off and let kids do what they do, but that's not the case. You gotta always guide them. You gotta always lead them. I don't care how old they get. Again, I always tell people the only difference you don't never stop parenting. The only difference is when they get grown, they can either listen or not listen. But you don't never stop parenting. So it's a great feeling. But I know it was difficult times coming up through those little league ranks and high school ranks, and even in college coaching your son, especially with him being the quarterback and saying, people, you hear all the naysayers and all the this and the that, but it's a very proud moment to get two of your sons in the NFL, and then for one to be playing in the secondary like you played, you can only uh, you can only be smiling. Again, Deion Sanders has never put the pressures on his son to be the greatest of all time, but they had to be. You got to be the best. All he's ever asked for is them to be their best, and he know what their best look like. So as long as they're giving their best, Deion Sanders is satisfied. That's all you can do as a dad and a coach.
Good point. Good point. Boy, you hit it that on the head, Coach Dre. Now, when you look at Shedeur and Shilo as brothers, that's those two. Man, can you imagine how that feel? Both of your brothers, both of y'all in the NFL getting ready to chase your dream, even though they still have work to do to make the 53-man roster. But dog, you heard Shiloh on Well I was saying, hey, yeah, he called me every day. I said, man, we all be out there working. You calling me every day. The bond that they have, and you still can't forget Bucky as the older brother who's continued to be in their life. Man, how can you know? How let's see, how can I put this so you can understand what I'm saying? Check this out. You got Shedeur. We know his track record. We know he's at Cleveland. Shiloh. We know his track record. Things he done been through off and on the field. And now he has a chance to make a team in Tampa Bay. When you are brothers, and I can imagine if me and my brother have accomplished something together. When we went up, when we were set aside to be deacons in our church, two brothers that were raised together, man, you know how proud my mom and my dad and my grandparents were when we were set aside to be deacons, and then I became the chairman of the trustee board, and then he went on to be a minister. When you put that in that totality, in that frame as brothers accomplishing something, man, that got to be a good feeling, Coach Dre.
It does. With what's going on in the world, and you see so much animosity amongst family members and amongst siblings, that's not the way they were raised. Um, and they take joy and pleasure in each other succeeding. But that also is led by the leader of that sibling group, which is Bucky. Bucky shows you what it is to be a big brother. He put
Right.
I put them in front so that y'all can see and they can get the exposure. But I support them in everything that they do. You have to be proud of what you see these young men doing. Shiloh was just as happy as uh, Shedeur when Shedeur got drafted, and you saw the vice versa when Shiloh got his rookie mini camp when he got the sign to the Tampa Bay Bucks. These guys they've been built for this. Again, Deion Sanders don't tell you guys any lies. He really tells you the truth. I built my sons for this because I understood that once I realized that they were this good, I knew what people were going to try to do. The kind of stuff that they couldn't do to me, they're going to try to do to my kids because they couldn't do it to me because I was already established. And once you get somebody established like Deion Sanders, it's hard for you to try to bring them down, especially the way that he goes about his business. And so now you try to throw that onus on his kids, but he had built his kids for this. Uh, he brought them up in that godly way, the way that the Bible say for you to bring them up. And so again, you can't do nothing but expect blessings when you're doing the right thing. And so these
Right.
young men have shown you supreme of what siblings should be. Like I say, starting with Bucky being,
Hmm.
and then you can't forget about those girls. You can't forget about
Right.
Charlemagne. You can't forget about Deon. The way that they support those guys and make sure that they are a unit. Because I tell people all the time, I tell my folk, y'all all y'all got really. Let's just be honest. When you really break it down to the totality, I want it to be when I leave from here, y'all know that y'all gonna always be together. I don't never have to look for nobody else because I got my brothers, I got my sisters. So that's the way Deion Sanders brought them up. So I'm pretty sure they're a happy family. Everybody's pretty successful. Charlemagne down there doing great at Alabama A&M. So you got to be pleased with the way this family is doing. Well off is taking off. Everybody copied him. Deion Jr., one of the biggest platforms
Oh man.
ever. And then again, you can never underestimate what you can do. Again, I always say when you come together and when you use your gifts to bless others, and that's what you see with these young men. They always using their gifts to bless others. Go ahead, B. Watt.
Yeah, that's a good key there about Bucky, man. And the girls, they doing good also. So now let's pivot and talk about Shedeur. All right. Shedeur, we know it's the fifth round draft pick to the Cleveland Browns. What kind of traits, when you look at him from a quarterback position, that he's bringing to Cleveland, that he have gonna bring to Cleveland, his traits?
I mean, first off, the leadership. They haven't had a guy in that seat that can really lead. I mean, just you name me a guy that's been in that seat that has led the Cleveland Browns. There isn't been a guy. Uh, the way that he prepares for a football game, no disrespect to Watson or nobody else. The way he prepares for a football game, the 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 detail that he's going to put into a game plan, how he's going to learn that playbook, and how he's going to know the defense of the next team. But all of those intangibles all go into the leadership that he's going to bring, the culture that he's going to bring. They haven't seen that in Cleveland again since they had LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Uh,
Right.
so he brings dynamics to the team that you need. When your leader is your hardest worker, it's easy for everybody else to fall in line. And that's what you're going to see when you come to Cleveland now. That this guy, a fifth round draft pick, he the first one in, he the last one to leave. He probably calling you up. Your receivers up. Do y'all want to get extra work, man? You were supposed to be here on this play. Hey, this is what this look like. So the detail that he's gonna put into it to make sure he knows everything, and the time and the effort that he's gonna put into it. I don't think the Cleveland Browns have seen that. Uh,
Yeah.
he's the best quarterback. He's the best quarterback in that room. If you listen to Keyshawn Johnson, he's just the best guy in that room. And he's gonna be the best prepared. And that's the biggest thing. Regardless of when you give him his time or when you give him his moment, you can believe that Shedeur Sanders is gonna be prepared. And so, okay, you can say that he's not gonna start week one, but I guarantee you that he's gonna be prepared like he's gonna start. He's going in right now like he is gonna be the starter for week one. And so, when you get those kind of things locked in, and you get those kind of things going, you understand what he brings, the dynamics that he brings, the complete detail to effort. He gonna cross every I. I mean, he gonna dot every I. He gonna cross every T. He gonna know everywhere everybody's supposed to be. He gonna know the blocking scheme, where they supposed to block at, where the rush coming from, all of that. And then he's a selfless teammate. You will never see Shedeur make
Right.
this about Shedeur Sanders. He will never make this about him. It's gonna always be about the Cleveland Browns and what's best for the Cleveland Browns. But the biggest and the most important aspect and trait that he's bringing is the leadership quality that I haven't seen from anybody in that position in the Cleveland Browns organization.
Yeah, boy, you hit that right on the head, Coach Dre. He bringing that leadership, and what gonna happen is the players, and especially Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback they drafted in the third round, he gonna see something in Shedeur, whether they are teammates or not, when the season begin, or if they both of them still there. His perspective of Shedeur gonna change. I promise you, because he been hearing so much the negative part about Shedeur, but this is his first time seeing him up close in person, and he's showing him. I'm sure he's showing him right now the way he is, a good teammate, talking to him, even though the people out there, I ain't saying everybody, but some of them still talking negative about him. They're gonna have a different mindset about Shedeur before this before this season start. I want to thank Reverend Nelson for that comment right there. He said, God's kids are automatically built to be overcomers in this world. It put us, it's put in us. Appreciate that comment, Doctor. Appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all. All right, Coach Dre, this another one. Let's look at Shilo. So tell me, what does Shilo bring to the Tampa Bay organization?
Um, Again, another guy who's a leader. Now, the one thing about Tampa Bay on that defensive side, they got a couple of guys that are pretty established as their leaders. But he's gonna bring a hard work ethic. Again, he's going to do everything the right way. You ain't got to worry about him not knowing what he's supposed to do. He's gonna do his job to the best of his ability. Um, and he brings a charisma that I don't think they have. Now, I think they have leadership. I don't think they have charisma, and he's gonna bring that hard hitting mindset. I do like the one safety that they have. He's just gonna come in and show you what hard work looks like. He's not going to stir away from the competition. He's going to invite it. Again, nothing has just late. And my daddy didn't cut no corners with me. Hey, you won't play. And he he took that in strides. I've never really seen that kid complain. He's been injured. He came back quickly. And so what he's gonna bring is that energy, that fun loving spirit. Also, like I said, that leadership, but that charisma, that headache CEO type charisma that he has. That's the biggest thing that he's gonna add, and youth to the Tampa Bay Bucks defense, because they do need some of that. They are getting a little long in the teeth with some of those guys. So I think he's gonna bring the juice to that defense that they need to get themselves going and get them clumped up. But the charisma and the leadership is the biggest thing I think that Shilo gonna bring to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
You think it's good for him to start off on the special team, then work his way to the defensive side of the ball, or just sure he just go out there and just try to compete for a safety position? What is the best way to doing it?
For him to go out and be on special teams, what you got to understand is you're gonna always be in your position group, right? But it's certain guys
Right.
that you gotta. So it's more on your plate than regular guys, right? So your superstars, let's just
Okay.
take um when you are starting the NFL, when you a starter like at running back and wide receiver, quarterback, them guys ain't got to go to special team meetings. They only go into the to the offensive meeting, quarterback meeting, right? But when you a guy like Shilo,
Okay.
Shilo gonna have to go to the DB meeting, defensive meeting, and the special teams meeting. So it's actually more
Okay.
on those young men's plate is on the guys that are starters. Because 9 times out of 10, those guys that are starters, they're not playing on any special teams, right? Uh,
Mhm.
but when you're a guy like Shilo, you're gonna be on special teams, and that's how you again. Marshall Falk told you when he was in that when he talked to the running backs that hey,
Yeah.
you ain't in that too deep. You need to be getting on special teams so I can notice you, and so the coach can notice you. And so when I go to the coach, I can say, hey man, look at this guy, man. He busting his butt on special teams. We need to give him a chance at his position. So I think that's where he'll start. But I think he'll be in the 2 to 3 deep in that safety room. I believe he'll be in the 2 deep personally. But he will be on the special
Okay.
teams, especially kickoff and kickoff return and probably punt. He'll definitely be on those. I expect him to be on those this upcoming season
Okay.
for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Now I'm gonna ask you this: do you really, in his first year, right? He's an undrafted free agent. The coach is saying some good things about him. Do you really think he have a shot at some point in the season playing that safety position? First
Oh yeah,
year.
I definitely got to think he has. Yeah, I definitely think he got a shot because the NFL has made the season so long with playing 18 games that the just the uh the wear and tear on body is gonna get him in the game. Again, you one
Okay.
play away from being in the game if you the number 2 guy. You one play away, but I just believe that with so much wear and tear on these guys' bodies during the season, and now you done amped up the season and things like that. I believe that yes, anywhere from week 10 to 18, I expect to see him start to get reps at that safety position. Like I said, I think week 1 he'll be a special team specialist, but by the time we get to about week 10 or so, I expect him to start. I expect to start seeing him get reps, maybe a little sooner, but I'm saying no later than week 10 he starts getting reps at safety.
Okay. All right. That's good. I mean, that's good for an undrafted free agent. You can't beat that. You know, you go out there and make some headlines, some big hits like I'm thinking he's gonna do on that special team and getting noticed. Yeah, I did hear Marshall Falk did tell that running back room that you ain't 1 or 2 on the depth chart, you need to find a way on the special team to get noticed. And that was a key point to me. I said, okay, that's interesting. That's what they need to do to get on the special team to get noticed. Well, when you look at Shedeur, we're going back to Cleveland. We're going back to Cleveland with Shedeur. I know it was just rookie minicamp. I understand they were just in shorts, pants. I get that. I understand that Shedeur was out there performing at a high level with no completely pass rush from people like Myles Garrett, some of the defenses out there. But when you look at it, the 3-day rookie minicamp, you see the owner out there, you see the head coach out there, you see the general manager out there. What do you think was going through their mind when they was looking at Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and the rest of the rookies on that team?
Well, the biggest thing is the guys that didn't get drafted. They were trying to, as a general manager, you trying to find out what guys you gonna, let them know, guys. We appreciate you coming in for the weekend, but I think we gonna move on from you. And when the owner, again, the owner's about the money. Yes, he
Right.
wants to win. Now, I'm not saying that owners don't want to win, but owners about the money around. I told y'all I wanted Shedeur Sanders Let's see what it looked like. Now, when we go back up here in these offices after we done looked at these last 3 days, okay, so y'all know what's going on now. Not just because I'm the boss and I'm the owner, but we see that Shedeur Sanders that guy. And so, again, also for the head coach and the GM, it's probably kind of nerve wracking that the owner is hanging around, because a lot of owners don't hang around they don't be coming to no rookie minicamp. That ain't.
They don't, bro. They don't.
You get what I'm saying? Like you'll meet the. So like with Jacksonville, Shad Khan and his son, they were there. I don't see no pictures of them at rookie minicamp, watching rookie minicamp going on. Why was this owner here? Because again, y'all on y'all last leg. So, okay, however y'all want to play this. If y'all want to sit here and act like y'all gonna not see that this guy is where we should, the direction we should be going, okay, don't worry about it. First time I get a chance, I tell y'all what to do when y'all come in here on one of them Mondays after that Sunday. You'll hear that dun 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 dun. Cleveland Browns have fired head coach such and such and such and such, and GM such and such and such.
Oh man, yeah, you're right.
And they named quarterback coach, whatever, head coach, and he gonna get up there on the podium the first day. Hey, we're moving in a new direction, and my direction is I'm gonna be starting Shedeur Sanders. So that's what I took away from it when I really had a chance to look at it. Like, why is he there?
Right.
If I'm Stefanski, I'm like, yeah, you going home? You staying for the whole day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, bro. You just don't see no owner at no rookie minicamp, bro.
Not like that. And so, again, it's about what money is guaranteed with the contract. Again, when you sign contracts in the NFL, they're not guaranteed like the NBA. Like when you sign them NBA contracts, boy, you getting that money. Ain't no, they can't turn back. They ain't nothing you can do. But in the NFL, it's not like that. So hey, you done sign the contract, but he can call you. He can call you in the office and say, hey, we moving on. I believe that I think the Saints might try to make whether it's Dylan Gabriel, whether it's Kenny Pickett. I think they try to, because of not knowing, thinking that Derek Carr was going to be their guy for at least this season. If they knew what they knew now, I don't. This dude didn't go. He stayed all weekend too, from what I was told. He didn't go home. He stayed all weekend. He slept in the office. So I'm telling you right. And then you saw Stefanski. I didn't hear the guy talk about Dylan Gabriel. I didn't hear him. I heard him talk about Shedeur Sanders. I didn't hear him talk about Dylan Gabriel. So when we left rookie minicamp, I'm pretty sure they had a meeting.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the
I can go with that.
I don't know what else we got to do, but
so let's look at the whole quarterback room. Out of 5 quarterbacks, it's 5 of them. Who the odd man out, Coach Dre? Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, or Shedeur Sanders? Who the odd man out? You think they're gonna keep all 5, or one of them got to go?
It's gonna be 3 of them. 3 of them you got to keep right now. 3 of them you got to keep. Deshaun Watson under contract. You owe him too much money. You can't cut it. Joe, and unless Pickett or Gabriel just look better than him, the owner already showed you he's not finna let you get rid of Shedeur Sanders. So it's between you and him, Pickett and Dylan Gabriel. Which one of y'all gonna come in here and show that you can play? If Pickett come in here and show that he can play, I think they try to move Pickett. I think Pickett the odd man out because I think you can move Pickett. I think somebody might need Pickett. So I think he's the odd man out. I think they keep. I think he's the odd man because of the simple fact is he got NFL starts on his belt. If you trade for Dylan, if you want to trade Dylan Gabriel, you get a rookie. You get what I'm saying? That's the only reason why it's not Dylan Gabriel for me. It's Kenny Pickett because I can trade him out. I can trade him out and probably get some value. I can probably get me some third rounders, maybe some fourth rounders for Kenny Pickett. If you talking about trading Dylan Gabriel, they're gonna give you some 6 and 7, maybe. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say right now it would be Pickett for me would be the odd man out right now because 3 of those guys they can't. I don't think you can move on from unless Gabriel and Shedeur be the. But right now for me it's Kenny Pickett because I can trade. Right now, if I'm the Browns, I'm calling New Orleans up. I got Kenny Pickett for you for a couple of seconds and a fourth. If I'm them up, and I know y'all need a quarterback, I'm calling around. I'm calling New Orleans and asking them, hey, I got Kenny Pickett.
Okay, boy.
So that's the only reason that Pickett is
the
man out. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I got the old man. I just don't see him keeping Flacco because you got to remember, Coach Dre. Flacco was out there. He was out there first. Didn't nobody get him. They made a trade to the Philadelphia Eagles, a 5th round draft pick for Kenny Pickett. I think they were going with Kenny Pickett before that draft. Now that draft might have changed their minds because of who they got. But I really think they were going for Kenny Pickett to be the starting, Flacco to be the backup. Now, I don't know what the plan is, but what you just said does make sense still because he got trade value because he done played in 25 games and started 20. So he got some starting up on his belt, as you said. Now, okay, I can go with that. Okay, I get that. I can go with that. What you just said that makes sense. That really makes sense. What you said.
What I'm telling you is
trade value.
Even if you try to trade Flacco, ain't nobody really giving you nothing for Flacco.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So Pickett is the person that you can get some value with. Ain't nobody gonna really give you nothing for Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
Right. So the only person in that room that you gonna get some value for it would be Kenny Pickett. Now I never said second round. I know you ain't getting no second round for Pickett.
No, ain't no. Shoot, no.
No,
right.
You know
no, nobody said second round. We didn't say second round. Yeah, no, nobody said that. Some say Flacco because of his. Yeah.
Okay, both of them back.
It's gonna be interesting, man.
Right now, the Saints. I'm telling you, if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm calling the Saints up. I'm calling them.
Right. You say you calling them up.
They don't have a quarterback.
Right.
I'm calling them up because they don't have a proven. Now, if this young dude that they drafted come in here, and he's great. That's great. But you need somebody that got some NFL starts. And if that's the case, I would be trying to get, like I said, I would be offering Kenny Pickett to the Saints for a fourth and a fifth, and a little cash.
Okay, I got you on that. Now, how do you think they're gonna approach? Let's say don't nobody get traded, Coach Dre. Let's say don't nobody get traded. We going into the first preseason game, right? We going into the first preseason game. I know we got to see how OTAs go, mini camp go. Got 3 preseason games. How do you think, or how should they attack the preseason game with the quarterbacks they have on that roster? They already know what Flacco can do.
But everybody need to play. That I mean, we can't go by. I mean, everybody got to play. Now, it's to me the 3 that we just talked about: Shedeur, Pickett, and Gabriel. They gonna get the load. They gonna get the load. That first week, you gonna see more Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur than anybody. That second preseason game, you'll see a little more Joe Flacco probably and Pickett if they all stay. And then that last one, I think that's when you gonna if everybody's still on there, I think you see whoever plays the most, them the guys that they thinking about getting rid of.
Whoever play the most.
Whoever play the most. Because
what y'all is
fighting, that's you two, y'all will be fighting for that third spot, right? Because by then you should have your 1 and 2. You should have 1 and 2. So who your number 3 is? Like you say, there's no need to carry 5 guys. Even though Deshaun Watson can't play,
right?
There's no need to carry 5 guys. And so whoever plays that last game, whoever plays the most minutes, them the guys they thinking about not. Somebody got to go.
I had it the other way, Coach Dre. I thought the one who played the most, that's who they gonna start the last game.
No, because you don't want to get them hurt. You wouldn't want to get Shedeur or Flacco them hurt if they went out there. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
We'll take when they played the 4 games, right? When they used to have the 4, when they had the 4 games,
right?
Season games. The third game would always be the game where the starters play.
Coach Dre left. I guess they're having technical difficulty. But my thing is, I thought it was gonna be the other way around. Okay, you back? Yeah, I'm with
you. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that 4th game, it would be the guys that's trying to make the team. That last preseason game, it'd be the guys that's on the chopping block. Them last little guys that they trying to see if they gonna keep them. They gonna put them on the practice squad. What they gonna do with them? So that's what I'm saying. You'll see a lot of Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur the first one. I think you'll see Pickett and Flacco a little more, and then that last one. By then you'll know, okay, who 1, who 2, and who fight for that 3rd spot. So whoever those 2 guys is, I think they'll play the most. But right now going into training camp, if Shedeur Sanders ain't quarterback 2, I don't know what we talking about. But it's their team; they can do it the way they want to. I know by the time we get out of right. training camp, the 1 or 2, so it don't make me no difference.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think he's gonna come out. Man, shit. I think he's coming out of that training camp, man. 1. That's me. I just can't see it unless they can do it how they want to do it. No, some people say they're gonna roll out Flacco, but what the purpose of rolling out Flacco at 41 years old? Bro, I checked his record early this morning. Since 2019, Coach Dre, since 2019, he signed a 1-year contract from 2019 until now. It's 2025. That's 6 years. Just 1-year contract. And most games he done played in each one of those seasons been over 5. Because of injury. Majority is a backup to me. I just don't see it if they want to win. Now, I don't know what Cleveland want to do. I don't know if they really want to win. I think they need to play Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur just to see do they have their franchise quarterback. You can't. I don't think that you'll wait. I don't think that you'll wait no 8 and 9 and 10 game into the season. What that telling Myles Garrett?
What is again? Training camp is where they're gonna spend their most time in the same settings with each other, the whole team, right? Everybody's together
Right.
more in the training. That is where you're gonna see what you need to see. And who commanding the football team. Again, you didn't sell Myles Garrett on that BS. So I agree with you that you need to see what you got between Shedeur Sanders and Gabriel with pads on. But in short, Shedeur Sanders done showed you
Right.
that guy my level really. So
Yeah.
it comes down to for the NFL, I just think they don't want to. The model has shown that when guys have to sit out maybe a year and don't have to go right in and start, that is maybe a little better. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you talk
Right.
about Pat Mahomes, when you talk about Aaron Rodgers and guys like that, some other greats, they didn't get to come right in and start. But then you think about guys like Peyton Manning, who they let take them lumps the first year and led the league interception and all that. But they knew that they had their franchise guy. I agree with you. You might be wasting your time rolling Flacco out there, but again, he got the experience. So you gonna have to beat him out. We're not saying that he got to be number. We just saying going into training camp, he gonna be number one.
Right.
That
Yeah. Yeah.
number one coming out of training camp, but going into training camp, yes, because he got the experience. He knows how to lead a quarterback room and things of that nature. So I think that's another reason why you get rid of Pickett and not Flacco, because I think he can really galvanize a room together. I know I'm just a bridge quarterback, but I think he can teach these guys how to be good quarterbacks. Because you got to remember, he was in the locker room with the greatest, what I consider the greatest leader of all time, in Ray Lewis. So he was
Right.
taught how the proper and right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe
Mm-hmm.
that's another belief why I think they want to keep Flacco around is to make sure that these guys get the best tutelage that they can uh, to become the best quarterbacks that they can. I think Flacco give you that. I don't really think Pickett is ready to be that OG type of guy in a room.
Okay. That makes sense. It makes sense, but I don't think I go that route. It makes sense, Coach Dre. I mean, everything you said does make sense, and I give you that. I give you that. So I don't know. Have you looked at the Cleveland Brown offensive line? I get a lot of questions about the offensive line. Somebody told me over there on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, they got 3 guys that legit on that offensive line."
Now I have heard that the center, I want to say the left tackle and one of the
Yeah,
guards are pretty good, and
guards.
one of the
Right.
are pretty good. So again, it came all we want is the opportunity. Uh,
That's it.
I haven't delved into it. I know they got some good wide receivers. I like Chubbs in the backfield, and the other guy that they also have, I think they got some decent running backs. So I'm not concerned. I believe that two gonna make it do what it do, whatever he's been handed, because he always have.
That's it.
He's always made do with what he's had and made it look better than what it should have looked. So uh, and that's what you got to sell. You got to be able to sell your culture to these other football players, free agents, and things of that nature. And you already see guys are adapting to Shedeur. They throwing up the watch and
Yeah.
everything he does and things of that nature. So again, that owner, he's about money. He want to make the most money he can for his organization. And if I want to make the most money I can for my organization, it's putting 12 out there. And and let the chips
That's
fall
it.
where they may.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he gotta earn it, because
That's it.
owner, you want to do right. My general manager and my head coach, they want to see this and see that, but they also know that the owner right there on your neck. And I just told you what happened about week 5 or week 6. You get off the airplane and your office be packed up when you get back there.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, chat. Y'all help us out. Help me out, chat. Help me out. Which week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you would like to see Shedeur Sanders quarterback starting off? Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or wait till the next year. Let me know down in the chat. Okay, Coach Dre. Jimmy Horn Jr. is down there making headways again. Another week. People are talking about him on Twitter, on YouTube. I saw a former player, Thomas Brown, I think his name, Thomas somebody, said Jimmy Horn Jr. is the most impressive rookie at the Carolina Panthers. I've got Thomas, he's a line, he was a linebacker. He played with Cam Newton. He said that. I don't know if you don't heard it or not, but he said
Yeah,
Jimmy Horn down there doing it.
I know the dude you talking about. I've been in a couple of Carolina spaces in YouTube and just listening to, they have groups like we got, of people that do YouTube and talk about the Panthers, and everybody you hear talk about him, they rant and rave about Jimmy Horn Jr. The kid is electric. You can't teach the kind of speed he got, and now his hands and his routes are crisp, and they run again. What they see in him is Steve Smith. That's what they see.
Okay.
And when Steve Smith done stamped you and said, I think he's one of the best receivers in this draft. I think he's underrated. I think he can do all the things. And then like Steve, like people forget that Steve Smith returned punts for the Carolina Panthers. You're going to see
He
Jimmy
did.
Horn out there returning punts and kickoffs. So, yeah, that's why he's moving headways and making – I'm so proud of that guy. And the adversity that he overcame, and he just put smiles on people's faces. And he always got a smile on his face. He always energetic. He never let his situation that went on last year control his outcome. And again, I don't want to hear about Deion Sanders don't care about kids and all that other stuff, because he could have happily put Jimmy Horn back out there maybe later on in the season, because Jimmy really wanted to play. Y'all heard him say Jimmy snuck out there to play before he realized he was out there. They went in, they pulled him off the field, and he took his helmet. Like, what you doing out there? Because Jimmy really wanted to play, but Coach Prime cared about. He knew this guy had a future. He knew he could make it to the NFL. He needed him to get healthy, so he couldn't. He didn't have to. He would pass the physical. He wouldn't have to miss these rookie mini camps and training camps and OTAs, because this is where you earn your keep. Like Deion said, I don't want to hear about no games. I want to see what you do in practice, and that's why he put so much emphasis on practice at the University of Colorado, because he knows in the NFL that's what they put a lot of emphasis on, is on these practices. And so you got to feel great with the way that Jimmy is coming out here, putting on the show, and the way the Carolina Panthers fan base is really hitching their wagons to Jimmy Horn and believe in the stuff that he's doing. So I'm very proud of that guy. He's moving a lot of. They gonna have to move some money around for Jimmy Horn in a couple years, because if he comes out here and do what we think he can, he gonna put a lot of people on notice.
Right. There's also a report out there I seen today. I seen this right today. I don't know how true it is, Coach Dre. They said Hall of Famer Charles Woodson became one of the part of the owners of the Browns. How significant would that be if it is true? I saw an article on that.
I think it's some kind of percentage that the owner was selling another team, and I think they say Charles Woodson is going to buy it. Again, I'm gonna tell y'all this: people were in uproar about what happened to Shedeur Sanders, and I'm talking about NFL pros and legends and
Yeah.
Hall of. These people were up in arms with the way that things went on. Uh, they didn't like it, so they're gonna try to make sure that Shedeur doesn't get that kind of treatment anymore. He doesn't have to worry about being blackballed or being put down because of the things people think they hurting Deion Sanders. So yeah, I think it is true that he bought some kind of stake in the team. I don't forgot what the percentage was. That's what they put in the article. But yeah, I believe that he is um, that he has bought some part of the Cleveland Browns, and that's significant. Again, if we want to be in the club, we got to get in the club. The only way we can affect change is to have ownership of some of these NFL teams and NBA teams. We got to have ownership so our voice is being heard, and the shenanigans and the foolishness that be going on sometimes in that room, we're there in the room to hear it and tell them, hey, no, that's not finna happen. That's not finna go on my watch. So it's big for him if that's what's going on that he's going to be an owner of the Cleveland Browns. Go ahead, B. Watt.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that. I said, wow. I started to text you about that. See, have you heard about it? But I said, I'll wait till the night to ask him on the show. But when you also look at excuse me, when you look at the Baltimore Ravens situation, what I heard it was one announcer said, man, oh man, I was out there. One of the reporters said, I was out there at Baltimore and he saw the way Leonte is moving, the way he's coming off the line of scrimmage. He said he can't wait to see him and Lamar Jackson hook up in the OTAs and minicamp. He said it's possible this dude can be a starting slot receiver game one. Now, when you look at Leonte, Big Tiger asked me the last show, do I see or do I want Leonte on the punt routine? I told him I didn't because of his size. Now, even though I know he did in the college, I just would like for him to be at that slot receiver instead of punt return. Give me your take on Leonte, punt return, and at minicamp, the Baltimore Ravens.
Uh,
Would you like to see him on the punt return?
I think they're gonna put him back there. When you listen to the press conference from the general manager and the owner when they say that was one of the main reasons why they drafted him is because of his special teams.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, when they had the press conference, if you go listen to
Wow.
that right after the draft, uh, the GM, and the president or somebody they sitting up there at the table, and he said yes. Yeah, one of the main reasons why we drafted Leonte is because what he can do for our special teams. So yeah, he gonna be back there, be watched on punt. But again, if
Okay.
he comes in here, he earns a starting spot as a slot receiver. Now again what we go back to what we talked about earlier. Hey, we don't kind of want those guys on the special teams getting hurt. You get what I'm saying? So it all determines
Mm.
if he becomes one of the guys that we think he can become in that receiver room. Now it's like, hey, yeah, we can't have Leonte out there. But again, you go back to the Dallas Cowboys. The guy started on punt returns. He was electrifying. Hey, he ended up being the guy in the slot. So it just
Oh, yeah.
depends.
He was on that Rick. This was a guy that Rick Heisen interviewed. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna send it to you. He said he was at practice. He said Leonte got a darn good chance to be that slot starting receiver.
But again,
From what he done seen.
this guy has never wavered in his belief in how good he was. If you go back and
Right.
you watch it at FAU, like this is nothing new. And here's the biggest thing: if I'm a receiver, if I'm an NFL team, boy, if I ain't trying to go down to the Jackson State and throw the bag at Coach Phillips to come coach my receivers, I
Yeah.
don't know what I don't know what we
Yeah.
talking about because this
Yeah.
the proof is out here. Do you see these guys running routes? Do you see Travis? Do you see Jimmy? Do you see LeJohntay? I don't know
Yeah.
what you see.
Yeah.
Man, guy is producing receivers, and we gonna have another great crop with this group that he got coming in right now. So, um,
Most
LeJohntay is
definitely.
gonna be when you playing with a guy like Lamar Jackson, one of the NFL greats, probably gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Um, and then again, I hate to say this because I know people go, man, Coach Dre. But when you a Florida guy, them guys they got a connection. I'm being serious. Like they know what it is, and so you can believe that.
Oh. You said he from Florida?
Who?
Leonte.
Leonte from Florida.
Oh, I thought you from Texas.
No, Leonte Woodson is from Florida.
Oh man, no wonder you on here jiffing. Yeah. I thought the dude was from Texas, man. He from Florida.
From
dog it.
From down south. Him and Lamar kind of where they from is real.
Look at Go Gator said, man, them Florida boy built different. BWatts. Man, I thought all along this dude was from Texas, bro. I gotta get on JR. JR misled me on him.
Yeah, man, he a Florida boy, man.
He told me that dude from Texas, bro.
No, I
golly. Oh,
but I don't think he was talking about him. I know he know that boy ain't from Texas. He know that boy from Florida. Y'all know.
Okay, I must have understood what he said. I misunderstand what he said then. Oh, boy. Okay, all right. Now let's look at Cameron Simeon Craig. Then we'll hit on Travis, and then we'll shift over and talk a little CU Buff, and then we get out of here. Let's look at Cameron Simeon Craig, the position he's in. How you see that shaping out for him?
He in a good position because they gonna again. One thing about the NFL is they gonna try to keep the guy they got happy, and besides his play that is speaking down here in Jacksonville, he's Travis Hunter guy. And I just see him making that team. I see him making that roster. They got one good safety that I like.
Coach Dre, you don't think his size gonna play a part in that?
It's gonna, but again, his biggest thing is he gonna be in the special teams. He gonna run down there. He gonna give you. He gonna make tackles on kickoff. You can put him in kick return. You can put him on punt return. You can put him on kickoff return to go block. He can do all those little stuff. So he's gonna earn his way. He gonna earn his way on the field as a safety. Again, you gotta remember, he went to Jackson. He was a starter, right? He came to Colorado. When we went to play TCU,
right?
Simeon Craig was not the starter. The guy he just signed with Purdue about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Slusher, he was the starter. Slusher got hurt. Simeon Craig went in, and Simeon Craig never gave it up. And so if I'm on the Jacksonville Jaguars team, hey, I ain't trying to get hurt with Simeon Craig behind. I ain't trying to get hurt with Simeon Craig, my backup, because I know if that guy gets in there, the coach is gonna love him. He gonna put forth the effort. He gonna work hard, and I'm gonna find myself without a job. And so, I feel that Craig has a great opportunity here in Jacksonville because he gonna work hard. He gonna be on the special teams. But one of the biggest factors, and we can't. I don't want nobody to not believe that goes on in the NFL because it does. Is that he's a Travis Hunter guy. He's a Travis Hunter guy, and Travis Hunter tells everybody he can that's who brought him up when he was at Jackson State. That was my guy when I came to Jackson. That Simeon Craig taught me how to be a college football player, taught me everything about it, took me under his wings, molded me into who I am as a football player. So when you got a guy like that in that room, you understand that these guys want these guys to be great.
Man, okay, Coach Dre. I hope he make it, man. I really do hope he make it. I know a lot of people keep inboxing me and say that he's the one that they worrying about not making because of his size. I said, well, Coach Dre ought to know. I'm gonna ask Coach Dre, what do you think? I think he got a good shot at making the team. And like you say, it's a good thing he on the team with Travis. Let's move over talking to Travis. Travis happy, man. He look happy. He back in his home state. Even though he from Georgia, he stayed in Georgia now. Yeah, he might not have been from. Dog, you got to give us some kind of credit. He told you it was the best move he made to move to Georgia. We took care of him. Pastor Smith, tell Coach Dre we took care of Travis.
Hey, listen, and
Georgia.
we're gonna give y'all 5%. Okay, we're gonna give y'all that. We're gonna give y'all 5%. Okay.
He said 5%, bro. But come on, man. JR, he said he gonna give him 5%, man. Come on, bro.
Okay, that's all you get now. Cause y'all but no.
So, Coach Dre, let me ask you this, Coach Dre. What kind of mood the state of Florida is in? Even though I know y'all got a big state, you got Florida, Miami, Florida State, but Travis in Jacksonville. Is the talk really loud down there in Florida about Travis?
Oh, it's loud.
Are they excited?
They very excited, man. Them people, them jerseys selling out. I forget what day the 12 jerseys went in the store at the Jacksonville Jaguar facility. I don't think they got one left. Again, when you putting up billboards of a guy all over the state, what else is there to say, especially up here in the North Central Florida area where I'm from, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Lake City, all this right down till you get about right before you get to Tampa area. They call that North Central Florida. He big down here, and again, it's a Florida boy coming home to do good, and that's the biggest thing. Is I think the energy that you see with him is because he had been in Florida. Travis ain't stayed in Florida in almost 10 years. You get what I'm saying? He has because he was up there with y'all 5% that we giving y'all. He was up there in high school.
He goes there 5%. Boy,
he was up there in high school, and then he went to Jackson, and then he went to Colorado. So he hasn't been in Florida. So you see he happy. One of the biggest things that we don't talk about is the relationship he has with his mother and his father and his grandmother. His grandmother, he told y'all his grandma is the one got him into playing football and stuff like that. And she, I don't think she got to see him play a lot, up in Colorado and maybe even at Jackson. But now that he home in Florida, she can get to those games and stuff of that nature. So I think it's big. You see what I'm saying? He everything right now. He gonna be the guy. He gonna be the guy in Duval, man. He gonna be the guy in Duval, and the things that he gonna bring with him, because Duval is a city that has a lot of inner city crime and young kids looking for somebody to look and stuff like that, and that's what Travis gonna bring for these young kids, because they got a great population. They got great youth football down there. They got great high school football there in the city of Jacksonville, and he gonna bring a lot of energy and a lot of good vibes to the city that needs it. You get what I'm saying? And so that's the biggest thing. But yeah, man, he everything to Jacksonville right now. He their mascot. He everything. They gonna have Travis Hunter Day, first day of the year, first game of the year. Travis Hunter Day. They ain't playing around.
Oh man,
they not playing around, and so it's good for that city. It's good for Travis to be home, and I'm just happy. Like I told you, he was the only guy that I would have wanted to come home. I wouldn't be as excited if Jimmy or Leonte was here, because again, they've been in Florida. They come back home a lot to Florida, so they've been here in the last. Like I said, I don't think Travis been here in the last 8 to 10 years. So now he just getting back familiar to being in Florida. He gonna be going fishing left and right down there in Jacksonville. They got a lot of he down around a lot of good fishing and stuff. So he got a lot of stuff to do with his off time outside of football. So I'm just happy for him. Yeah, it's big for Jacksonville for him to be here.
Okay. All right, chat. Question for the chat. I need to get y'all involved. Hit the like button if y'all don't mind. Hit the like button. Chat, here's a question for y'all. Which player will you be looking for the most. You can't name Travis. You can't name Shedeur. Going into this regular season, which player that you will be looking for the most in the NFL? Give my name. All right, Coach Dre, check this out. What can college football do? You're a coach, you're a parent. What can college football do to handle this NIL? What can they do? They the only one can do it.
They gonna have to. It's gonna have to be some measurements put in there about the money. I don't usually side with the Georgia head coach, but he said some real stuff.
I was just gonna ask you that. I was headed that way. You jumped on
Yeah,
it.
he said some real stuff because that's the biggest thing is you get these guys into your program and you got to re-recruit them every year. But then you got these
That's it.
incoming freshmen that you. This is what was happening in the NFL. Let's go back to that. Remember back in our day, every year the top rated quarter, the first round, the first pick in the draft was a quarterback. He always became the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. That was always the thing. He get picked first. He get the most money. He ain't played not a down in the NFL, but he making the most money. You can't do that. These guys that who done put this blood, sweat, and tears into these programs, that is where you got to get the money at. And you hear people saying, "Oh, Ohio State won the national championship. They spent $20-something, $20 million
20
on
million.
money." Go look at where they put their money at. They put their money on the kids that was there. They went out and they did
Right.
go out and get a couple of guys out of the transfer portal, but the majority of Ohio State money went to kids that was already in their program. And I believe that's where coaches gotta that's what you gotta do. These rookies that's coming in, hey, y'all can get a little bit of something, y'all can be okay. But hey, I'm gonna take care of these guys that's been here in the trenches. Because again, loyalty is taught. It's not nothing that these young men know. So you got to show them. That's a part of showing them how loyal you is to them. I done been in here, blood, sweat, and tears, working hard. Now this freshman coming in here and they bragging. But what you making? Oh, that ain't nothing. Boy, them boy gave me 500,000 to come down here, man. When you got little 100, you
Yeah.
got a little 1,000, little 50. Man, them cats gave me 500,000 to come down here. Now I done led the SEC or the Big Ten or the Big 12 and this, and this. And you talking about this kid got 500,000 and I only got 50? Hey, I'm going to the transfer portal because you don't value what I'm saying, but it's got to be a cap put on it. And I agree with what Max said. We talk about stuff, but then we don't implement it, right? We talk about. I always say
Right.
good in the to be good. To be good on the grass, you got to be great in the class. And so that's what you
Yeah.
got to. Hey man, hey listen. If your grades ain't a certain, like in high school, you got to have a certain GPA to play. In college,
Right.
that's for certain amount of money, man. You got to have a certain GPA. You ain't even in this tax bracket if you ain't got this kind of GPA
Right.
because some of these kids just going to school for the money.
That's it.
They ain't, they not there to get no degree.
I already know.
I'm in school, and again, you got to make it about the school because if that's not the case, then these guys are just professional athletes, and you got to give them contracts with guaranteed money and this, that, and the third, and then again, so now what we talking about? So yeah, it's got to be something done. I think that it is going to be something done. I think it's going to have Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban going to sit at the head of that table with what's going to come down the pipe with NIL. So I think something is coming within the next few years that they're gonna try
Okay,
to
let me
make.
ask you this then, Coach Dre. Let me ask you this. You a high school coach. Them college coming to your school. How do y'all handle the people that coming down now to recruit y'all players to come to college with that NIL money?
Well, we got to deal with it in high school because you know we one of the states
You
that
know,
got
it don't hit the high school. It don't hit the high school now.
it done
It
hit the
don't hit
high.
the high school.
So now it's even in high school, it's about what can you give kids. But the one thing that me and my coach, me and my head coach, we ain't kissing no butt. We ain't begging you to come play for us. We show you what we can do for you. We show you what you look and you see them boys from the mob every day. We getting offers every day. Schools coming through here, and this what y'all fail to realize is schools gonna do their due diligence. They gonna go to every school, but the biggest thing is they're going to when they leave your school and go over to another school, they gonna ask about the guy from your school. So now you can sit there and tell lies if you want to about yourself, about your ball player, but when they go to another school in that area and ask about your kid, they gonna tell the truth. But the way we deal with it, BWatts, is I'm old school, so we not talking about no money. We talking about where my kid, uh, where he gonna be at on your play thing next year, where he could be on your depth chart. I'll use one of my kids. He a linebacker. He got about 10 offers right now. One
Oh,
school, one school one school came in. He like, hey, we losing every linebacker we got. We didn't get no linebackers at the portal. He can come right in and play immediately. He can come in the spring and he'll have a chance to play. Other schools, you know, we keeping this kid, we keeping this right here, we keeping this right here. If other schools come in and say, hey, we got an NIL package with this going on, like I said, we got an offer from Sacramento State. We got an offer from UNLV, Chattanooga, Charleston, Charleston Southern, schools like that. All the HBCUs. So it like I said, you just got to do what's best for your child. And we're
right.
not trying to put our kids out. We want what's best for them,
I got
and we want to make sure they get a degree. That's my biggest thing with my guys is to make sure that they get a degree so they can have something to fall back on just in case football don't work. Because football ain't
got you.
promised.
All right. When you look at Colorado got another guy coming in from that offensive line, and when you already look at the offensive line, they don't put together, big dog. Wee, boy, it look like he gonna be a depth piece because he still got 4 years eligibility left. But man, big dog, I don't know about you, big dog. They could probably go and be the best offensive line Coach Prime ever had.
I mean, he told y'all he was gonna go build a great offensive line. He didn't lie to you. Again, Coach Prime don't tell you no lies. Uh, this kid is definitely that. We not asking you to come in. Now, if he come in and start, we ain't gonna say he's not gonna start, but he got 4 years of eligibility. He a guy that can come in here and help us develop and be better because we still, like you say, you still got Gooden, you got Smitty. Seaton just gonna be a sophomore, and so you do got to get some depth because these other 3 guys that we just brought in that signed that we got, they're gonna leave next year. I think they only got 1 year. Zy Chrysler, um, the dude from Ole Miss, and the dude from Memphis, and the guy that we just got from Maryland. I think all those guys only have 1 year left of eligibility.
Okay,
So we gotta get some guys behind them that we can develop so we can be good when these guys leave. Uh, so we're good. And again, Coach Prime told you that. I told you I want anywhere from 16 to 20 offensive linemen, and I think we at that number. I think we at the first end of that number. We probably at 16 to 17 offensive linemen. So I'm good with where we at on the offensive line. And I like the way Coach Prime is working to make this the best offensive line he could have
yeah,
at Colorado.
yeah. Candy Jones said, what y'all think we still need help at on the team? I think we still need to add one more running back. What about you? Where
Yeah,
you at?
that's what I say. That would be the spot right now for me. Just would be running back. I think we need one more because, like I say, everybody in that room is injury prone. Everybody has shown that they get hurt, and I would just want us another running back just because of the injury factor to it. But that'll be it.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at. I said the same thing too. I said the same thing. But when you look at Colorado and you look at the defensive side of the ball, is there any concern you have on the defensive side of the ball with Rob Livingston running the show as the defensive coordinator returning? What are going to be their strength?
Their defensive line gonna be their strength. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I think we're gonna have one of the best defensive lines in the country. I think we're gonna have the best defensive line in the Big 12. But I think these guys arguably could be one of the best D lines in the country. The way we go, I think the way we gonna be able to pass, rush the passer, that 1 and 3 and 0 technique, down there with the pass rush coordinator, Warren Sapp. I think that we are going to be great up front. I like nobody left that came in. I don't think, except for one defensive end. But you get Sammy Sachs back, you get Wade back, and you got the young killers. Out there with McPherson and Merritt. So I think we good. And then
Ooh, yeah.
in the interior, you got Big Barnes, you got Otis, you got McNeil, you got Lightfoot, you got Coleman. You got a rotation of guys that you can keep coming at people with, and that's what you want on the defensive line. You want to keep them guys fresh so that you can keep getting that good rush and get that good hand placement. So the defensive line is going to be the strength of that defense, and then with the pickups that we done got in the secondary now, with everybody being able to see how good that Tafik Byers is, how good that my boy Branch is from right down here in Florida. And then Vickers, I think Vickers will be back and ready to go after summer workouts and stuff. I think he'll be back for summer workouts, getting himself healthy. Me personally, I'm just more worried about his health. I want my guy to be healthy and ready to go. You'll get Preston Hodge back healthy. So I think we good, and we've seen enough from the linebackers. I've just seen enough from the linebackers. I like Hughes. I like my boy French. And then what I think the surprise is Salter. I think Salter is the big surprise. I don't know. I think people count him in just a piece, but I think that guy is going to really be able to help that defense out. Then you got JB,
Me too.
and you got Goldberg, and then you got the freshman sensation in Montrez Walker, who every video I see he down there in Georgia getting himself together, getting himself prepared. So like I say, I like everything about what the defense is, and Livingston has shown you that he'll make it work with whatever you give him. So he's building up we got a great defense, we got a great defensive staff, and that's my biggest thing.
Surprising player so far. I'm going with FD said Wiggins. Who's the surprising player so far to you? So far,
the surprising player for me is going to be Cam McHale, coming off of not being able to play last season and coming off of an injury, and the way he looked in the spring, arguably the fastest guy on the football team. And so this guy has really shown up and did his thing. Go Gator, that would be my second guy, would be Branch. I told you guys that he's just a dog. He got to put on some weight. And if you listen to Coach, if you listen to Coach Prime, the guy had a lot of stuff going on back here at the house that these kids have a lot going on, man. I promise you they do. And they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, and they just be trying to make it and still go to practice and make all this thing. But that's why you got to love Shedeur Sanders, because he makes it about the young men. He makes it about the young men and makes better young men. And that's always going to be the great selling point for the University of Colorado, is that Coach Sanders makes it about the young men.
Yeah. All right, Coach Dre. Last one. We're going to get out of here. When you look at Coach Prime, the challenge that he getting ready to have with this Colorado football team this year, he don't have Shedeur, don't have Travis, Cameron, Simeon, Craig, nor Shilo. What will be his biggest challenge in 2025 as a head coach. He got his defensive coordinator back. He got his offensive coordinator back. What will be his biggest challenge? Now, to me, I don't even say it's going to be his challenge. I just look at that wide receiver room. Boy, he got some straight out dogs in there. That's going to be his challenge to me. I know it ain't his. It's him and the wide receiver coach, but boy.
I don't think it's so much of a challenge. The biggest challenge is for him to get these young men to block out the noise. And the biggest challenge is to find leaders. His biggest challenge is to find leaders. I know Seaton is the leader. But besides Seaton, who else can you point to that's a leader? I think Draylon Miller is becoming a leader. Salters is working his way into being a leader. On defense, I think when you get Preston Hodge back, I think that he's going to be the guy that pulls that team together like Go Gator said. But that's his biggest thing is to get these young men to block out the noise. Because in the next month or so, all you're going to hear about is y'all don't got Shedeur, y'all don't got Travis, y'all ain't going to be able to do this, y'all ain't going to be able to do that, nobody's proven, blase, blase, blase. These guys are going to have to block out this noise, get all these new guys in here that just signed, and they got to go to work. And they got to buy into this program that Coach Swayze is finna put them on. So, like I say, his biggest challenge is to find leaders and to get these guys to block out the noise. I think that's his biggest challenge.
Okay. Hey, y'all heard it right here on Sports Talk with BWatts.
BWatts, you know? Did BWatts freeze up? I think BWatts might have froze up. I think that was gonna be his last little segment for the night. We again, as always, we appreciate you guys coming out, rocking with us. To everybody that reached out to me today, I appreciate it. It's been a rough last 24 hours for me and my guys, but I can say that my young man is doing better. We're doing good as a team. I'm just glad that I'm not here. That I don't have to sit in the limelight of losing a ball player after what happened last night. I'm just thankful. I'm very thankful to the man above for watching over my guy Buddha, Lamarion Houston. Boy, I love you. I'm just so glad you're okay. Even for my son to have to be there and experience that last night. Man, make sure you keep parenting your kids. Make sure you know where your kids are going. You make sure you know the company they keeping and all that good stuff, because you never want to get a phone call like I got last night saying, Daddy, they shot him, and you got to get up out your bed to go see about your kids. And but like I say, he's all right. He's home now, and he's doing well. And everybody's, like I say, I'm glad I did. At first, I was gonna call B and say, man, I can't really do this show. I can't really do this show. But y'all got me through the night and got me smiling and laughing and cracking jokes. And again, sometimes that's what people need to get over when you're going through some struggling times. And I had some struggles today, but we got through it. Our game is this week, so my spring game, my boys, this our last week of practice, and then we'll be into the summer. We play on Thursday evening, so Rob is working right now. We're trying to see if we can stream it. If not, Rob probably will be giving updates during the game Thursday. So again, I appreciate everybody for the love and the support and everything that they do. I appreciate BWatts for letting us be on here and talk about these great young men, because there's nothing like having a good conversation with BWatts on a Sunday night. And as like I always say, man, if I send those ships out, those ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won If they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. This has been another Sunday night with Sports Talk with BWatts. I am your man, Coach Dre. That is my brother, the one and only Bernard Watts. We appreciate y'all. God bless you, and we'll see you next Sunday.
All right, that was Coach Dre. Coach Dre. We appreciate everything Coach Dre does on Sunday night. Sports Talk with BWatts. We'll see y'all next Sunday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget to tune in to Sports Talk with BWatts. I hope to see you there. Once again, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you never subscribed, and join the membership if you don't mind. Tune in tomorrow night. Got a good show for you. I'm telling you. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders' New Jersey release. Oh, yeah, his New Jersey release. It's going to be a movie. I'm telling you, y'all. Tune in tomorrow night. I promise you. We're going to have a good time at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm trying to debate to see if I'm going to come on at 11. I got something to do. I got to do something with my daughter tomorrow morning. I don't know. Sometime tomorrow, I might come on at 4. I might be back at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Hey, just hit that notification bell. Y'all look out for me. But I know I will be back at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. All right? See y'all tomorrow night. And thank you. I really appreciate it. And once the broadcast go off, put a comment in the comment section once the video is uploaded. All right? Keep the conversation going. Keep the video in the algorithm. And we will truly appreciate you for doing that. Good night. And may God bless each and one of you spiritually, educationally, and financially, that you may be the person that God wants you to be. Once again, thank you for watching Sports Talk. We'll be wise along with Coach Dre. Good night.
Are you practicing to practice, or are you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
Next bus coming, you on the way.
Listen.